You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make.
So, coming to a comfortable seat. Whatever that is for you, you can kneel if you like over a bolster, you can sit on a cushion or a bolster or a block, cross-legged or legs out in front or butterfly. And we're going to take Ganesh Mudra. So the left palm faces inwards and the right palm faces outwards, and you just interlock the fingers there, that's it, and then they just rest down here. So you're going to soften down through the eyelids, soften down through the face, soften down through the neck, and letting the shoulders relax away from the ears. And with this mudra, the Ganesha mudra, as we inhale, we pull a little bit of tension. So it's like we're pulling into the fingertips and kind of you're inhaling and extending and expanding. And then on the exhale, you soften and let those fingers relax back in. So there's a little bit of tension on the inhale and the exhale just relaxes. So taking a moment to start to become settled. Noticing how you feel after your day, letting go of anything you don't need to tend to, either in the past or in the future, and coming right back into the present, connecting more to yourself in these moments. And just allowing your presence on the mat to ground you, to become more balanced with yourself. Just start to find that inhale and exhale, and using that inhale to expand the front, back and sides of the ribcage as the lungs fill, and that light little pressure on those fingertips, gently pulling the elbows away. And then exhale, we let them relax and we return to a nice easy grip, nice and soft. So inhale, slight pull, exhale, relax and soften. Just keep with that for the moment. And the focus here is that inhale, the expansion, and the exhale, the releasing and the softening. Just a few more breaths here, inhaling, expanding, exhale, softening. Breathing is steady, effortless, and so is the mudra here. And then just relax the grip down to the lap. So still have the Ganesha mudra, but there's no need to breathe in, breathe out with that emphasis on the expansion and the softening. So just breathing normally, starting to bring your attention into the upper body, the physical realm of the heart space, the energetic, subtle energy of the heart space, of the heart chakra. As we breathe in, blood, oxygen pumps around the body to the toes, to the fingertips, to the crown of the head. And as we breathe out in softness, we open up to possibility, hope, and creation. Continuing to breathe steadily. You are the master creator of your life, and your hopes and dreams are meant to become a reality. There is no need to hold on so tightly. Allow space for what's meant to leave so that what's meant to be can fill that space. When your dreams come to fruition, hold gratitude deep in your heart because you created and believed in your possibilities. So soften into your newfound success and into greater trust and connection with yourself. Maybe words of the reading resonate with you for your practice this evening of something you need most, using that as your intention on a physical, mindful, emotional, and soulful level. Release gently the mudra, wiggle the fingers, get some movement back into the fingers and the thumbs. Circle out gently through the wrists. And our practice invites some kindness, some compassion, some understanding, and some empathy for ourselves. Sweeping the arms up towards the sky, reaching tall, bringing the palms to touch, and then bringing the thumbs down towards the center line of the body, just resting the forehead against the thumbs there for clear and loving thoughts. Bringing the thumbs down to the lips for clear and loving words, and then resting, active Anjali Mudra, pressing the palms together at the heart center for clear and loving intentions. Open the hands out as if you are gifting your practice to someone, and open the chest, pressing the shoulder blades together, pulling the thumbs back towards one another. We hug here with the right arm on top, rounding out through the spine, taking hold of the outer arms. Inhale, again, we gift our practice, sharing that love with someone, and open the chest. This time, left arm comes across. Give yourself that nice big wrap and hug in. Reach the arms up once more to the sky and open out into cactus. Nice. Press the elbows back towards one another and then squeeze the elbows in. Keeping a nice tall spine, just pulse the fingertips up towards the sky. Try and squeeze the elbow tips together. Feel where that pressure comes from and then open out into cactus. Nice. Reach one arm up. Take a nice side stretch. Doesn't matter which way we go. We have to go both sides. And just get into the shoulder here. So just gently move. Nice little bit of a freedom into the shoulder girdle. Circling, stretching, whatever feels good. Lift up and exhale over to the other side. Nice lateral side stretch of the spine. Again, releasing gently into that shoulder girdle. Stretching, extending, and bringing it back. Lift the knees up, place the soles of the feet out in front of you, and just give yourself a nice big hug as you wrap the hands around the ankles, letting the head drop down to the knees. Just feeling the back of your neck starting to stretch and release out tension and tightness from your day. Roll up through the spine and then bring the soles of the feet into butterfly pose here, sitting nice and tall, and just take a gentle twist one way and the other. Again, doesn't matter which way we start off. Press the knees gently towards the floor. Bring yourself back through center as you breathe in. Exhale, take that nice gentle and soft rotation, starting to warm up the spine. Bring yourself back into center, take hold of the ankles, reach the chest forward, come into that butterfly fold, letting the head drop down towards the feet. rounding out through the spine. Just stay there for a moment. Tucking navel gently back. And then roll up through the spine. Bring the knees together and place the soles of the feet down. Hands come back behind you. This is a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a shoulder opener, and a little bit of a wrist stretch. So you can lift the hips, lift the knees, only go as high as is comfortable into that upward facing tabletop, and hold. Knees stretch forward, lift hips, nice. Open chest, open gaze, and slowly roll it down to the floor and just release out into the wrists once more. Give them a little shake as if you are shaking droplets off of the fingertips. Interlace the fingers, heels of the hands come together and start to work through the wrist joints there. Nice. Figure of eights one way and figure of eights the other. Swing the legs around behind you, hands come down to the floor into tabletop. Let me turn the other way. I like to face a certain way. And start to focus on the upper body, chest, shoulders, upper back, mid back in your cat and cows. So when we've focused on our hips here, for the last month, start to focus really on pushing away from the floor through the hands, straight, strong arms, opening chest, and finding that steady flow of breath. And then reach back into child's pose. Hips come to heels, extending the arms forward, maybe widening the knees just a little bit so the belly can get in there to breathe. And we're going to bring the hands together once more in prayer and bring the thumbs to the nape of the neck. Pressing down gently through the upper arms and the elbows. Squeezing the palms together. Slow and steady breaths. Release the hands forward and start to roll up through the spine. Stay in kneeling as we come to our reverse prayer. And reverse prayer is different for everybody. So it might be here, you might clasp hold of the wrist, you might take hold of the elbows, you might bring the hands up into the mid-back with a little space between the palms, or sliding the fingertips up towards one another, and again pressing together those heels of the hands into that reverse prayer. Feeling the center of the back heart space, breathing into the fingertips or the knuckles. Be aware of the front rib cage as you breathe deep and expand, softening out as you exhale. And slowly release and come into our connecting vinyasa. We start with our melting heart pose, sliding forward, lifting the hips. Take a breath in, breath out there. On your next inhale, come forward onto the forearms. Knees can stay down. You might like to tuck the toes, lifting the knees away from the floor. Breath in, breath out there. Next exhale, lower the pubic bone, keep the toes tucked if you can until the pubic bone comes down. Then release to the top of the feet as you breathe in into Sphinx. Exhale, roll down, belly, rib cage, chest, head to the hands, big toes touch, soften. Relax out everything. Give the hips a little shimmy and a shake from side to side. Activate feet, ankles, legs. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Come up into cobra. Keep moving through the cobra as you push back through tabletop. Exhaling back through child's pose. Inhale, roll up to a high kneel and the hands come behind you into that supported camel. Breathe in, come forward, and your right leg comes through. Let's drop down into a nice low lizard pose, just releasing through the back leg. Left hand stays down on the floor or a block. You might use the right hand to guide open the right knee, looking back over the right shoulder. Release right hand to the floor, sweep the right leg all the way back and find your tiger pose. Left hand comes away from the floor to catch or reach towards the right foot. Open the chest, lift navel, and then release and go back into the other side. Melting heart on your exhale. Inhale and exhale there. Next inhale, come forward, forearm plank. Either knees down or tucking toes, lifting up those thighs, parallel to the floor, lowering the pubic bone here, keeping the toes tucked if you can. And then inhale into Sphinx, opening the heart space. Chest is nice and open. Breathe in, breathe out, and lower it down. Big toes touch, relax legs, relax buttocks. Soften out through the spine as you shimmy the hips left and right. Activate feet, ankles, legs. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back and down. Pull the elbows in for cobra as you breathe in. Back through tabletop. Exhaling through child's pose. Inhale, come all the way up to a high kneel. Hands come behind you and lift up into that supported camel. Head is either looking forward or up towards the sky. Bring yourself forward as you exhale, hands come down. Inhale, lift that left leg through and open the chest. Right hand stays on the floor, continuing to breathe here, opening out the left knee and maybe taking a glance back over that left shoulder. Dropping hips towards the floor, bring yourself center, ground the palms and sweep left leg all the way back, coming into that lovely tiger opening. Releasing the right hand to maybe reach or catch that left foot. And slowly release, tucking toes, this time up into our downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet, releasing a heel at a time, stretching through the back of the legs, getting the legs moving now. We've started to work into the upper body. And looking forward to the front of your mat. Walk all the way through, find the groundedness through the feet. Inhale into your half lift. Stay in your half lift here. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Neck is nice and long. Crown of the head reaches forward. Face, chest, belly all parallel to the floor. And then release, soften out. Exhale, bend the knees if you need into that forward fold. Take hold of elbows. Give in to gravity here. Start to sway gently from side to side. From here, we press through the feet. We use our core to bring ourselves all the way up to stand. The hands come above the head and then they connect and come back to the heart space. Finding a moment to pause in standing, grounding through feet, legs, drawing up through the torso, opening across the chest. We inhale, open the arms into the cactus, and we exhale, round out, bringing the elbows through and together. Twice more, inhale, open it up into cactus. Exhale, ripple the spine, pull the elbows together, round the spine. Last time, inhale, open up to cactus, straight or bent legs here. Release all the way forward, hands come to the floor, we ripple up to half lift. Lengthen the spine away. Step back with our left leg this time, find a low lunge. Dropping the back knee, releasing to the top of the foot, lift the arms up, and then as you sink the hips forward, the arms circle all the way back behind you and interlace behind the back. Press the knuckles down the thigh, open the chest. Stay and hold a few nice breaths here. Good. This is where it's going to get a little dynamic. So hands come down to the floor. We ground, we tuck the back toe, sweeping right leg all the way up into your three-legged dog. We open that leg out to the left side of our mat and find our position for our wild thing. Yeah, that's it. So what I tend to do is I sit down and then I work from there, lifting up into that wild thing posture, reaching back. And you can always keep the buttocks on the floor, keep the hand reaching up towards the sky. Let's bring ourselves back into plank and bring our right knee in towards the chest. Right knee slides all the way through underneath the body to the left side of your mat, and you come up into fallen triangle. It's getting the heart rate pumping now, a bit of cardiovascular work going up and down. Bring left hand back and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe and pause. You can always take a tabletop or a child's pose at any point. Looking forward to the front of the mat, starting to walk through all the way. This time we come into that half lift, lengthen the spine away, pull the shoulders back away from the ears. You can keep the knees bent if you need, keep navel nicely lifted. Exhale, release and fold. Press through the feet. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up to stand. The hands go up over the head. Might come into a little back bend there with the palms together. And then bring them center and back into Samastiti. Take a moment to settle. Notice, has the heart rate increased behind the thumbs? Mine certainly has. So let's go on our left side. Again, we have those 3 cactus openings and release. Pull the elbows forward, squeeze them. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and round the spine. Last time, inhale, open, bent or straight legs. Exhale, we round and we fold. We create space here, getting the belly free of the thighs into our half lift. Hands can be on the floor, knees or shins. And then bend at the knees, step back with the right leg this time and find your low lunge. Dropping the knee, releasing to the foot. Inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, we sink the hips forward, interlacing the fingers, possibly with the other index finger on top. Pulling those knuckles down the back thighs, dropping the hips towards the front heel. This is where it's going to get energetic again as we plant the hands ready for our wild thing and fallen triangle to the right side. Tucking the toe, inhale, 3-legged dog, sweep it all the way up. Take it over to the right side of your mat. Drop the buttocks down to the floor. Breathe in, lift up into wild thing. Pushing away through that right hand. You can always stay down on the floor. Bring yourself back in through plank. Knee comes to chest and flex that left foot as you slide it underneath you for your fallen triangle. Open it up. Reach the fingers high. Nice. Keep that left hip lifting away from the floor. Hands plants. We step back into downward facing dog. Exhaling. Take a few moments to breathe. My heart rate has absolutely increased there. Yes, I'm talking at the same time as doing, but maybe your heart rate has too. And if you need to come down to tabletop or child's pose at any time, please do. Looking forward to the front of your mat. Walk the feet all the way to the hands. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Lift the abdominals. Exhale, create that space before we go into the forward fold. Inhale, lift up all the way to stand into that upward salute. Hands might meet above the head in the back bend, and then come center as you breathe in and exhale. Hands come back into the heart space to settle. How are we doing? Good. My heart rate, woof, nearly up to 100 there. It's amazing, isn't it? So when we start working with the heart center and, you know, this cardiovascular element of the practice. So let's find a little balance here. Let's go into our eagle pose. So I'm going to face you and we're going to bring the left arm across, finding eagle arms. Actually, my head's cut off. So what we're trying to do here is keep those elbows nice and lifted when we're in the cactus arms and we're bringing those elbows together. That's what we're doing. We're crossing over, left arm here in eagle, and maybe then the right leg crosses over and it might just rest by the ankle, or you might lift it off. I'm on carpet, so it's always a little bit of a challenge, and you might wrap it around the back. Find 5 steady and slow breaths. Focus is at the back of the wrists. Hips are nice and stable. Beautiful. And then press up, release the arms. Hands come down by the side of you, mountain pose. Slow and steady breaths, heart rate settles. Other side, right arm comes across, left leg goes across. Garudasana, we want a nice long spine, not rounding out anywhere, keeping those elbows nice and lifted, fingertips reaching towards the sky. And again, that left leg can always be by the side of the foot, or it lifts off and maybe it just hooks around the back of the ankle. Balance is way off today, so don't watch me. Focus on your own eagle. Empowerment, strength, freedom in this posture. Imagine flying like that eagle. And then press up, release the legs, release the arms. Circle the shoulders, just release those there if you need to. Give yourself a little massage of wherever that targeted into the body. This is my 3rd practice of the day, so my arms are feeling it. Okay, let's open the arms out. Pressing the backs of the hands together, squeezing the scapula together. Exhale, fold this forward, releasing down to the floor. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, step back. into your high plank. Now stay in that high plank or lower the knees for a moment. Find the breath, strength. Breathe through the back body, the back heart space, the back of the mid-back. Now we're going to lower the knees and we're going to lower the chest and the chin all in a nice straight line. So bending the elbows, pulling them in towards the rib cage. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And eventually we come to the floor. Head to the hands, big toes touch. Soften out everything. Ooh, that's a nice release. Give the hips a little wiggle. And slow, steady breaths. So let's find our Sphinx pose. Elbows come out, forearms, hands are nice and spread. Now I tend to widen my feet just to give my lower back and pelvis a bit of space there. When the toes come together, it's a little bit more kind of brought in together and restricted, but you can find what works for you. Just keep those little toes pulling down to the floor. Try not to let the neck soften down between the shoulders, but press away. Turning the right hand inwards a little bit, 45 degrees. We're going to sweep the left hand back to take hold of the big toe mound of that left foot. Now you might slide the hand down, pulling that heel in towards the buttock. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, grounding through the left hip, left thigh. We're not pulling away from the floor there or dipping into this right shoulder. This is very easy to do. Keep pushing away. If you like, from here, we can take hold of that foot and start to lift it into like a prone dancer, lifting the left thigh off of the floor. That's a tough one. Lower the thigh down. Bring the left arm back, 45 degrees. Reach the right arm back on the big toe mound, sliding the hands down the ankle and pull the heel in towards the buttock. So we're sliding that right knee away, hip flexor pulls down towards the floor. That's it. Then again, you have that option of changing the grip, loosening that tightness, pressing the foot into the hand, lifting that right thigh away from the floor. Ooh, I'm feeling that one. Lower that down, release hands, and turn to your left cheek. Hands come down by the side of the body. Give the hips a little sway, release tension in the buttocks, lift the head and turn the head to look the opposite way. Stretching out the neck, relaxing through the shoulders. Letting the heart rate settle. Bringing the head back into center again. You can bring the toes to touch or keep them apart. Interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders away and press the knuckles down the body towards the heels as you come up into your half locust. Lifting through the upper body. Try not to let the neck sink down in between the collarbones. Keep lifting, keep breathing. We're drawing in the abdominals. Using the back muscles to keep that lift, finding the breath, she says, struggling to breathe and talk and do. And lower it down. Turn on one cheek, doesn't matter which one. Notice if you can feel the heart pulsing underneath you on the mat. And then lift the head, look to the other side. And then bend at the knees. And just lift the heels up towards the sky and just drop the knees, drop the feet left and right. So just windscreen wiping with the shins. And then bring your head center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll shoulders away, lift up into cobra, keep moving all the way back into tabletop. Find your cow pose first of all. And then slowly and softly round out into cat. Go easy into that one. I always struggle a little bit after doing a few back bends, coming into a forward fold, which this one would be. It would be a flexion. So just ease out. And then come back into child's pose, creating a bit of space for the belly between the thighs, and the head comes to the hands or onto a block. Soften here. Then bring yourself up to kneeling. Legs might be apart or together, that's okay. Just kneel nice and tall. Just shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. And then slowly on your next exhale, let them soften down. Squeeze them up once more. And breathe out, let them soften down. Spin the legs around in front of you. Let's come for a nice seated twist. So right leg comes over your left. And you can keep that left leg extended if you like, or wrap it around behind you. Opening out to the right thigh, finding that seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana, dropping both buttocks down to the floor equally, particularly the right one. Grounding through the big toe of your right foot. Feel the chest, the heart space, front and back, opening, expanding with each breath. Remember the Ganesha mudra, that inhale was a little bit of tightness, the exhale was the softening. Breathe in, come back into center, unravel the legs, send them out long, lift the arms up towards the sky and flex the feet, exhale, reach over and long into the forward fold. Take a moment to readjust the seated position there by wiggling the flesh, creating space, exhaling, deepening the fold. Breathe into the back, heart space here. Widen across the shoulders and the mid and upper back. Lengthen spine, open chest, reach the arms away, bring yourself back up to seat, and left leg comes across. Again, either extending that leg out or wrapping it back behind you, dropping down through left buttock, turning towards the left leg. Pulling the big toe down of your left foot here, getting the belly free of the thigh to be able to create space. Steady flow of breath. Remember the Ganesha mudra. The inhale was that little bit of expansion, pulling on the fingers. The exhale was the release and the softening and deepening into the rotation. Breathe in, come back into the center, unravel the legs, extend them out. This time, upward facing plank if it's good for you, or upward facing tabletop. Hands come back behind you, either slightly turned out or facing forward. Lift the hips, point the toes down to the floor. Take the gaze either along the body or up to the sky. Keep those collarbones open. Chest is lifted. Push away from the floor, lift the hips, and slowly lower them down. Bring the wrists through, give them a little bit of love. Nice. And if you've got blocks or a bolster, have those handy by the side of you. We're going to come down to the floor. So bring yourself down and draw the knees in towards the chest. Lengthen the spine and spread the tailbone, spread the pelvis, spread the waist, the rib cage, spread both shoulder blades apart from one another, lengthen into the neck and spread the back of the skull. Squeeze the knees in. Taking no tension into the face, the neck, or the body. Now start to move those knees around as you massage into the spine. Circling one way, circling the other. Take the feet to the floor. Hands can go out in cactus or straight along in a T shape. Whatever you've got space for. I'm a little bit tight for space here. So I'm going to choose cactus arms, but spreading those shoulder blades. Lift the hips, shift them over to the left, drop them down, and then bring the knees over to the right side of your mat. You might need to fill space, either between the two knees or the knee and the floor, but try and let the top leg drop a little bit closer down towards the right knee. You might look towards your left wrist, pulling the left shoulder down to the floor. Keeping the chest nice and open to the sky. Breathe the head and the neck back into the center. Bring the knees back into the center. Realign the hips into the center. Take a moment to pause before we go to the other side. Spread the shoulder blades out once more. Lift the hips. Shift them over to the right. Let the buttock land. And then bring the knees over to the left. Here, you might need to fill space between the knees or the knees and the floor, and looking towards your right wrist this time. Stacking both feet, both knees on top of one another. Opening the chest to the sky, pulling down right shoulder. Breathe in, head and neck come center. Next breath in, bring the knees back, realign everything. Take the feet wide, let the knees drop together and bring the hands down onto the belly. Take a moment to pause, rest, doing nothing, gripping nothing, tensing nothing, tightening nothing. Pure softness from head to toe. Heel toe, feet back into parallel, and just rolling over to one side to grab your bolster or your blocks, making those into your supported fish. So I'm going to go on the medium level for the block and the higher level to support my head. You might like the softness of your bolster lengthways along the spine. So buttocks are down onto the floor and just lowering yourself nice and carefully back onto your props. Legs can be either bent with constructive rest. They might be in butterfly or they might be long in shavasana. But try to open now the chest here, relaxing into the shoulders, letting the shoulders melt down. Arms are just gently away from the hips with the palms face up. So we're going to find that comfortable supported fish for ourselves, just for a few moments before we come into our final relaxation. This is where we draw as much breath as we can into the lungs, front, back, and sides, focusing on our long, soft throat, our open and connected heart space, and that intention of softening to create possibility. Allow the exhale to soften even deeper. Gravity releases into your props. In these moments, as we hold this posture, just revisiting the start of our practice, our heartfelt intention, what we needed most, how the practice has come to you today, how you now feel, how the body feels, how the mind feels more connected to body, heart, and soul. Yoga, breath, movement, all bring us into a place of presence, giving us time to think, creating space. If you had the legs in butterfly, take the hands to the thighs, lift the legs together. If the legs were long, bring them back into constructive rest. Knees drop towards one another, elbows by the side of the body. Lift the head, look along the body, press into the elbows and roll over to one side, taking your props away. And now slide down slowly, make yourself warm, socks, jumpers, blankets, whatever you need to do here. But feel that now there's nothing underneath the back as you spread out the spine. Coming into your final relaxation in Shavasana. And that might be with bent legs, it might be with straight, might be on your side, might be using a bolster underneath the knees, maybe a block or a cushion underneath the back of the head. Maybe dimming lights, using eye pillows, whatever you need to do to come into relaxation. Wherever you are, just start to feel the presence of your body on the earth beneath you. Feel every single part of the body that's connecting to the floor. Feel the weight of the body becoming heavier, lessening the grip, releasing the tightness, letting go of the tension. Remind yourself of the feeling of the Ganesha mudra at the beginning, where we tightened our interlace on the inhale. And we softened, we let go, we relaxed on the exhale. Letting the breath breathe in the oxygen it needs. Letting the prana flow freely around the body from head to toe. Not missing any areas. And I'll leave you for these moments of stillness and silence. I'll let you know when it's time to come back around. Beginning to take a few deeper breaths, sighing out the exhale as you bring awareness back into your space, back on the mat, back into the body, bringing soft, gentle movement to the fingertips, into the hands, into the wrists, wiggling toes, moving into the feet, moving into the ankles. Again, being kind compassionate as you awaken. Breathing in, lifting the arms above the head for a nice big stretch. Extending the legs away, extending the arms back behind you, and as you exhale, gather the knees in, rolling and massaging out. Taking your time to roll over to one side as you pause and take a nice slow breath. And just pressing yourself up, coming to seated, sitting on a block or a cushion. Finding that comfortable seat and bringing the hands into the heart center. Anjali Mudra. Feeling the thumbs connecting into the heart center, the Anahata Chakra, pointing the fingers up towards the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. Finding more trust, more understanding, more authenticity from your practice by connecting to yourself. Return to your own personal intention for your practice today of what you needed most. And maybe being able to take that intention and anything that you experienced and learned from the practice into the rest of your day and your week ahead. Always thank yourself, your body, your breath, your energy, and I thank you.